everybody thought that the travel advisor was a thing of the past. And it's been so exciting to see how this new generation of advisors really kind of like sit down with their clients, and they do what a great wealth advisor does. You sit down with a great wealth advisor and you have a conscious plan, etc. what to do, and you get return on investment. But you can make money, lose money, and make it back again. But why people don't have a great collaborator like they do in their finances with their life experiences? Because when that trip or that thing wasn't optimized to the best it could be, then you have return on life. And that's something that we should spend a lot more conscious time figuring out, particularly in today's high pressure world. One of the reasons that sustainability is important in luxury travel is because, quite frankly, we're moving to a luxury kind of ethos where people understand the impact of their money, and they're making much more conscious decisions about how their money makes an impact. We're in the midst of one of the greatest transfers of wealth in the history of mankind right now. And there's this consciousness about, how do I use my money to make an impact? How do I make sure my money doesn't ruin my kids? So the responsibility of that transfer. And that's translating over to travel, because at the end of the day, one of the things about travel is that it's both to recharge, refresh, and all that, but it's to expand your understanding of the global world that we're working in. So more and more of our clients are much more aware of like, what's the impact of this? So whether it's the environment, whether it's the preservation of local cultures and heritage, and how travel can actually be an economic lifeline to local people. The millennials have had an interesting impact as well, because it's now expected, quite frankly. And what we're finding is a lot of our clients, if you oversell it, oh, I do this, I do that, right? It's almost like this being skeptical. And as I've said before, the millennials say, well, why are you, breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back for doing what you should be doing? My family had just gone to the Brando, Marlon Brando's private island in Tahiti. So I flew all the way from Paris, got there, my family already settled in. And I sat down with my wife, decompressing, glass of wine, looking at the sunset. She says, can you hear that? And I'm like, what? Can't you hear that? And I'm like, what? And she goes, what do you not hear? And, the Brando is these beautiful 36 villas. And she says, there's no air conditioning compressor. So you can have the most beautiful villa, right? But somewhere in the bushes, there's this massive air conditioning compressor. Well, the Brando and Dick Bailey basically innovated this idea of SWAC, saltwater air conditioning, where they have a pipe that goes down 3,000 feet and pulls up ice cold deep sea water that comes into a transfer station that has a freshwater loop that goes around the island. And so the ice cold seawater cools the freshwater. And then they use solar power. 2/3 of their power is solar power, and 1/3 is coconut oil. So you have one of the most luxurious experiences in the world with fine cuisine, all this, etc. Zero carbon footprint, no fossil fuels. But what was cool is I realized I had a better experience because there was this quietness, right? There was this pristine nature of it. So this is where we want to align. What's a better experience is also better for the planet.